January 27, 2020. It is 11 a.m. Birmingham. Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, supposed to be either in a meeting or about to go into one. They're going to make world-breaking announcement, and peace plan was mentioned. So let me tell you how dangerous that could be. If they do come up with a peace treaty, and if it mentions 2 words, let's extend it to 3 words. If it mentions anywhere in it 7-year treaty, that's our cue. We're going to be getting out of Dodge. Now, go back. Jim Barfield deciphered the Copper Scroll. First man to do it. Even the rabbi, the Orthodox Jews were unable to do it. Jim Barfield, Shelley Niece somehow did, and he proved it to him, and then in 2007 they gave him permission to dig. We'll go back to Maccabees, chapter 1 and 2. I think it's Jonathan. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. That God told him on his way to Mount Nebo where to bury the implements, all the riches that came from the temple, where to bury them and hide them. And when he finished covering them up, he was to build a cement that God told him how to make it. And it's had over 2,000 years to harden, so it resembles the bedrock of the earth. When you have gold miners and big heavy equipment digging, and as long as they're pulling rocks and dirt and sand out, they're okay. They can find gold, but when they hit bedrock, that's it. Gold doesn't penetrate bedrock, so they stop and they move on to another place. So when Jim Barfield got the okay to dig, he thought, apparently they stopped him at a foot at both digs, 2 digs, and this is only a foot shy of where the riches and all the gold and all the implements for the temple are located. They stopped him twice. Well, I believe that was because Netanyahu was about to meet and give up land for peace. Thankfully, the Palestinians didn't go for it. They've rejected every peace plan so far. Netanyahu was removed by God, but later put back in by God if he promised not to ever give away an inch of their land again, and he did. So, what's the meeting about? Is it a true peace plan? And keep in mind, orders came down from Netanyahu to cover up these places, stop looking, and kind of put it back the way it was, because no one had found these things yet, and it wasn't time, the treasures. And I want to say something, and I said it before, and I want to just kind of get you to understand why I'm saying this. I believe all the riches, the jewels, the ephod, this is a breastplate with the jewels in it that lights up, and the manner in which it lights up is the message God has given to the Jews, to the one who is wearing it. And it's like speaking in tongues. You have to have someone there to be able to tell other people what it's saying. So that will be coming out along with most of the other implements, including the gold, lots of gold. But I do not believe when they build this temple that they will put the Ark of the Covenant in that temple nor the tabernacle of David. I'll say that because we know that midway the Antichrist or the false prophet will walk into that temple, desecrate it, and demand to be worshipped. And at that very second, God told every Jew, flee, flee, drop what you're doing wherever you are and get out, run. And he tells them where to go. And we know that God had them to take a path right through Jordan, including Amman, Jordan. Take that under their control so that they wouldn't have resistance there, fleeing just as God told them. 2/3 will be cut off. That very day, Palestinians, Arabs, Muslim, they'll go into every Jewish household. And if there's women there, they'll rape them and take many for slaves. They'll rape the children. They'll take all the riches. They'll kill the men. That's in the Bible. 2/3 will be cut off. Only 1/3 will be saved. So, why won't the Ark of the Covenant be put in the new temple? This is my belief. It doesn't say that it's not going to be there. I'm the one saying I don't believe it'll be there because it is for a king. Jesus is our king. He will sit on it. The Antichrist, the false prophet, they are not our kings. They are Satan and his followers. It's like their God and their Jesus and their Holy Spirit. So with this meeting going on, I'm going to watch closely all day and find out all I can. And but again, this is just 6 hours ago right now that earth-breaking news, and he's, I mean, all smiles. So I can only imagine that they may come up with a type of peace treaty, but we have to be careful on which one it is. Trump knows not to ask Netanyahu to give up land. Netanyahu knows to refuse Trump if he does. Just wanted to bring you guys up on this. I think it's very important, extremely important if those items are in there. If you hear those words, 7-year peace treaty, then guys, drop your knees now. If you hear that, drop your knees now and make sure that you're covered, because before that happens, before any of those things happen, when it's signed, we'll be gone, we'll be out of here, because it'll be signed with the Antichrist. His signature will be on it. And please think about that and pray for the Jews nonstop. As 2/3 will be cut off. Pray for them. Pray that their last voice before they did die, before they will die, will be to call out to the Lord. I pray that that's the case. And I thought this was important enough to let you know what's going to happen, and I don't know if they'll get it done today or if it's going to take most of the week. I don't know. But we'll know more later, and I'll let you know when I find out. Jody Wolf Expoz.